Welcome to MRL. In this learning session, we'll be learning the solutions of the exercise 5.2 of Arithmetic Progression 10th NCERT CBSE textbook. In the first part, we have learned 11 solutions of 11 different examples, and here this is we are beginning with the 12th example of exercise 5.2. So now let us begin. Now example number 12, we are given two APs, arithmetic progressions, have the same common difference D. The difference between their 100th terms is 100. Now we have to find the difference between their 1000th terms. Now let us assume here the nth term of the first AP be Tn, the nth term of the second AP be Tn dash. Then Tn is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d, and Tn dash is equal to a dash plus n minus 1 into d. Now T100, because we have to find the difference of 100 terms, so T100 is equal to a plus 100 minus 1 into d, or a plus 99d. Similarly, T dash 100 is equal to a dash plus 99d, but we are given that 100th term, the difference of 100 term is what? 100, and therefore T dash 100 minus T100 is 100. Therefore 100 is equal to a dash plus 99d minus a plus 99d, and simplifying we get a dash minus a. So we have got a dash minus a as 100, as T dash 100 minus T100 is 100. Now to find the T1000th dash, the T dash 1000 minus T 1000 is equal to a dash plus 999d. As we have got 999d here, it will become 999d minus a minus 999d. A dash minus a is equal to 100. So therefore, because a dash minus a is 100, we have got it here, and therefore T dash 1000 minus T 1000 is equal to 100 again. Therefore, the difference between the 1000th terms of APs is again 100. So therefore, the 1000th term difference of APs is 100. So also the difference in 100 terms of AP is also 100. Now remember that. Now coming to the next example, example number 13, how many 3-digit numbers are divisible by 7? Now first of all understand there are 3-digit numbers, and the number, how many numbers or how many 3-digit numbers are divisible by 7 is what we have to find. Now let us first find out the smallest 3-digit number which is divisible by 7, and that is 105. That is 105. That is how I found out it here. So it is 105. The largest 3-digit number divisible by 7 is 994. Again I have found out here. Please go through it, understand it. 994. Now therefore the AP is, therefore we have the first number as 105 and the last number as 994. We can find out n from this, and therefore we have A as 105, D is 112 minus 105, that is 7. And last term or nth term is 994. Now we have to find n. Now nth term is equal to, that is Tn is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. Tn is already known to us, 994 is equal to 105 because a is 105 plus n minus 1 into 7. Simplifying we get 98 plus 7n, or 7n is equal to 994 minus 98, that is equal to 896, and therefore n is equal to 896 by 7, and therefore n is equal to 128. So here in this example, first of all we have to form an AP from the information given to us, and then go for calculation and finding the n there. Okay, remember that. Now coming to the next example, how many multiples of 4 lie between 10 and 250? That means the question is very clear. There, first of all, the terms are multiples of 4. It should be greater than 10 and less than 250. So let us see what the terms are. So we have to form an AP first. The smallest multiple of 4 is 12, which is definitely greater than 10, and the largest multiple of 4 is 248, which is less than 250, and therefore the multiples of 4 are 12, 16, 20, and so on up to 248. So we have the nth term as 248, the first term is A is 12, and the common difference is 4. Substituting the values in the formula Tn is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d, we can calculate n, and n is equal to 60. Therefore 60 multiples of 4 lie between 10 and 250. Remember that. Now coming to the next example, we are given 63, 65, 67 and 3, 10, 17 dot 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 are two APs. Now to find the value of n when nth terms of the two APs are equal. Again I'll repeat, there are two APs given to us. Now their nth terms are, okay, nth terms of the two APs are also equal. Now we have to find out the value of n. So let us understand this. So let the nth term of one AP be Tn and Tn dash be the nth term of the second AP. Now nth term Tn is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d here, and Tn dash is a dash plus n minus 1 into d dash here. Now please understand here, now Tn will be equal to 63 plus n minus 1 into 2, 63 plus 2n minus 2, that is 61 plus 2n, that is the nth term of first AP. Similarly, Tn dash is the nth term of the second AP just by substituting the values here, because we know a and d already. So substitute and get the nth term of the second AP. Now we have been given the nth terms are equal, so Tn is equal to Tn dash, that means 61 plus 2n is equal to 7 minus 4, 2n minus 7 is equal to minus 4 minus 61, minus 5n is equal to minus 65, n is equal to minus 65 by minus 5 divided by minus 5, and n is equal to 13. So the nth term of the two APs are equal when n is equal to 13. So that means if the number of terms are 13 in both the APs, then the nth terms of the two APs are equal. Remember that. Now coming to the next example. Now here the third term is 16. The seventh term exceeds the fifth term by 12. Now we have to find the AP there. So the third term is 16, seventh term exceeds the fifth term by 12. Let us write on this first. So third term is T3 is 16. And T3 is nothing but a plus 2d, and that is a plus 2d is equal to 16. Let us call it as equation 1. Now the second one is, that is seventh term is 12 more than the fifth term. Again, if I have to write T7 here, a plus 6d, and T5 is a plus 4d plus 12. Simplifying, we get that 6d minus 4d is equal to 12, d is equal to 12 by 2, d is equal to 6. Now putting the value of d is equal to 6, okay, in a plus 2d is equal to 16, we get a is equal to 4. That means we got the values of a and d here, and a and d are a must to find out the AP. Once we know a and d, we can write AP. So the first term, the AP is a plus d, a plus 2d, a plus 3d, that is the general form of AP. Therefore a is 4 and d is 6 here, a plus d, that is 4 plus 6 is 10. Then 6 plus then 10 plus 6 is 16, 16 plus 6 is 22, and so on is the AP. So the simple method here is first find a and d, then write the general form of AP, and then substitute the values to get the AP. Remember that. Now the next example is 3, 8, 13 dot dot 253 is an AP. 20th, to find the 20th term from the last term, not from the first term, from the last term. It's a very simple example again. Write the general form, that is Tn is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. Now we have to find the 20th term from the last term. So the last term becomes the first term, that is a 253, n minus 1 as it is 20 minus 1. But remember that d has to be taken as minus, because we have to go from the last, but the last term becomes first term, and therefore d becomes minus, so it will be minus 5. So minus 5, simplify it, we get 158. So therefore the the 20th term from the last term is 158. Only the difference what you see in the usual formula of 40n and the term when we start from the last term is that d becomes minus. Just change the value of d to minus and simplify, you get the nth term from, or the required term from the last term. Remember that. Now coming to the next example, the sum of the fourth and the 8th term of an AP is 24. Sum of 6th and 10th term is 44. The first three terms of AP are to be found out. Please understand this. Sum of 4th, that means fourth term, plus 8th term, that is 8th term, is 24. That is given to us. And sum of 6th term, T6, and 10th term, T10, is 44. We have got two equations here. Now to find the first three terms of an AP, definitely we require A and D. To find A and D, two unknowns, we require two equations, and two equations are there before us, that is T4 plus T8 is equal to 24, T6 plus T10 is equal to 44. So therefore T4 is A plus 3D, T8 is A plus 7D is equal to 24. Simplify this, we get 2A plus 10D is equal to 24, A plus 5D is equal to 12. Similarly, A plus 7D is equal to 22 is the equation of the second equation. Then go for elimination method to find the values of A and D. So by elimination method or solving these two equations, A plus 5D is equal to 12, A plus 7D is equal to 22, A gets cancelled, so minus 2d is equal to minus 10, d is equal to 10 upon 2, d is equal to 5. Put the value of d in one of the equations, we get a is equal to minus 13. And now knowing a and d very well, we can write the first three terms of AP. The first three terms of AP are AA plus DA plus 2D. The first term, that is A, is minus 13, and to that minus 13 add 5, we get minus 5, add 5, that is minus 8, and the third term is minus 3. So the three terms are minus 13, minus 8 and minus 3 of the given example. Remember that. Now coming to the next example, Subba Rao's annual salary is salary in 1995 is rupees 5,000. Please understand here, Subba Rao's annual salary in 1995 is rupees 5,000. Annual increment is rupees 200. The year in which his salary becomes rupees 7,000 is what we have to find out. Now 7,000 is rupees is the final value, that means Tn, the nth term is 7,000 here. The increment is 200, therefore d is 200, and the initial value A is 5,000. Now put the values of A and D in the nth term here. So Tn is equal to A plus n minus 1 into D. So Tn is 7,000 is equal to 5,000 plus n minus 1 into 200. If you simplify it, we get n is equal to 11. That means Subba Rao's annual salary will reach 7,000 in 11 years, and therefore the year in which an income becomes rupees 7,000 is 1995 plus 11 years, that is 2006. So here the question asked is how many years, but we have also found out the year when his salary becomes 7,000. Remember that. Now coming to the next example, Ramakali's savings in the first week is rupees 5. An increase in her weekly savings is rupees 1.75. In n weeks, her weekly savings becomes rupees 20.75. Now we have to find out the number of weeks when her savings becomes rupees 20.75. So let us understand this. Again, the nth term is given to us as 20.75 rupees. A is rupees 5, and the increment, that is the D, is 1.75. Now use the formula Tn is equal to A plus n minus 1 into D and substitute the values, that is Tn is equal to 20.75, A is 5 plus n minus 1 into 1.75. Simplify this and be careful about, because decimal values are involved. So n is equal to 17.50 divided by 1.75. So removing the decimal point, we get 1750 divided by 175, and that is 10, and n is equal to 10. So therefore Ramkali's savings becomes rupees 20.75 rupees in 10 weeks. So that is how we can solve APs or application of APs when statements are given to us. So only we have to identify the nth term, the value A, the first term, and the common difference, and substitute the values in Tn and to get the number of whatever the value of n is asked. So therefore remember the method of solving the examples of AP, as we have already discussed here, the various examples we have solved. So learn them, practice them, and please note down in a book so that becomes a reference for you. Okay, thank you.